Hey there, I'm Jennifer,
And I'm Jackie.
and welcome to Slightly Unsupervised. We're best friends, business partners in the chaos behind Bestimony, a ceremony we created to celebrate the kind of soulmates who don't come with a marriage license.
This podcast is all about that friendship energy, the deep stuff, the messy stuff, and the laugh till you snort stuff.
So whether you're driving, folding laundry, or hiding in your car for some peace and quiet,
You're in good company. Let's get slightly unsupervised. All right, today we are episodes about you don't have to like her when you can't stand your bestie's other friends. So, description, we have all been there. You love your best friend, but you do not vibe with one of her other friends. Maybe she's loud, shady, controlling, or just not your person. So, what do? Say something, stay silent, protect the peace, or protect your energy. In this episode of Slightly Unsupervised, me and Jen will talk about the real tension that happens when your bestie brings around someone you just can't stand. It's awkward, it's complicated, and it's definitely relatable. Because sometimes the hardest triangle isn't a love triangle, it's a friendship one.
so here's just a little short story to open the episode. I smiled through the dinner. I laughed when I didn't mean it. I let her tell the same story, louder, drunker, and more obnoxious than the last time. I cannot stand her. I've tried. I've given it the benefit of the doubt, but every time we're in the same room, she dominates the energy, makes passive digs, and somehow turns everything into a competition. The problem? My best friend doesn't see it. Or maybe she does, but she loves us both for different reasons. So I bite my tongue, I roll my eyes internally, and I vent in the car on the ride home. Then I'm starting to wonder, is it jealousy? Is it intuition? Or is it just not every vibe? Is it just not every vibe is for every room? All I know is this: I love my best friend. I just wish she didn't bring her with us. Well, who hasn't been through that nonsense? Everybody
Oh,
has a friend.
yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. Us girls don't always get along. It's weird too because I feel like, at least in this age group, it's like if you like them, I must like them because we are so similar to each other. But sometimes you guys see things I don't see in people, or I see things in people that you guys don't see. And I'm
Right.
really, I don't want to say judgy. I don't think it's judgy. I think that I have a internal
Intuition.
intuition, and I vibe people's energy more than I vibe people. So I don't engage in things that I find that might be harmful or not authentic. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get in trouble a lot for speaking my mind and telling people things. It's not because I'm being I don't want to say it's because I'm being mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I really do care about people and I'm protective. I think that's a good way. So if I say something, it's because I'm trying to either help you see something or be protective of you. But you guys have in this friend group, we'll talk about the one that we've got that was particular to our friend group. But y'all were friends with somebody I didn't like, and I met her and I wandered around with her a little bit, and I
Right.
just
Well, you're more abrupt. Like, I think I'm the type that if you have a friend, I'll still try to deal with it and won't say anything.
yeah.
And you know that situation. I still go do things, I'll still try, and I really don't I just try hard to deal with it, but I don't
Mhm.
say much. I'm the other one just hoping that maybe the other person will figure it out without me having to say anything, right? I think that's
Yeah, I
pretty
think
much
that's
me.
true. I think I know you well enough, me particularly, I know you well enough, and I know when we're looking at the dust clouds and the things that you could clean around me that you're
Mhm.
not saying anything, but you're not engaged, and which means you
Yeah, I
don't.
don't have a yes, exactly. My mind's somewhere else looking at something else.
Yeah.
Or I'm also, what's the other thing I was gonna say? Yeah, just kinda look up in the air and don't really and I don't have a poker face.
Right.
The rolling the eyes in quietly or, like, that someone can't see it, that's not me. That's
Right.
one thing, yes.
I don't know if
Yeah.
everybody picks up on that. I think I'm in tune to it, so I'm like, Jack
Yeah,
doesn't
with
like
me.
her. Yeah. And I think that that's fair. You have that too. Like sometimes I'm like, "Oh, they're fun." And you're like, "No, I don't like any of them." And I'm like, "What's wrong with these people?" So we can go back and forth between us, but you all had a
Mhm.
friend. I didn't like that friend. And I didn't and we talked about that because I said, "Not for me. That one's not for me. I don't like her." You all can do what you want with that, but I'm letting you know there's something shady about that one. So, and time did what time does, right?
And
It should.
you weren't around her that much because I mean, we were around her all the time. Actually, all 3 of us were, and I think part of that friendship started because of children
Yeah,
hanging out with each other, all the kids, that type of thing. So you're always around all the same parents, and where we lived in the mountains, people hung out, we had the lake during the summer, so everybody hung out together, the kids that hung out together, and it was that kind of situation, you're just part of it. And I guess we really didn't see anything until, yeah, turned around and boy, she showed her true colors
Yeah.
and was not a nice person.
No.
But
And very
and
hurtful
she
to one
even
of our
tried to
friends.
do separately, like our one friend she'd already kind of was not good to at all, and her family.
Mhm.
And she tried to call me and try to make it like, try to tell her side. And I'm like, don't even start. Don't even,
No. Yeah.
hey, no, that's my best friend. And what you
Right.
did, nope, there's
Nope.
no, that, don't even tell your story. I do not care. I'm not listening.
Right. Whatever you have to say, it's on dead ears right here. You're not gonna tell me anything. You don't that's the other thing. Like, in our group friendship, like, friendship group, is that we have been friends for 40 years or more. Like,
Mm
40 we're not nothing new has happened in our world that
hmm.
we don't know
Mm
about, right? So,
hmm. Mm
you
hmm.
can't come in with your 6 months or 1 year or 2 years of your friendship and tell me about something about somebody that I know for a fact of who these people are. Like, that's me, that's protective me. That's like, "Who the fuck are you? You don't get
Mm
to have
hmm.
an opinion. You don't get to tell me something about somebody. I have been through life with this one. I know this one in the heart, and you're not going to change that. You're not going to
Mm
influence that. Those things are cemented in stone, and I don't need to hear you and your 1 year of history doesn't do is nothing. Nothing. You haven't
hmm.
got to even know these people. Like, you don't know who they are, where they came from, and what they're about, and you're not changing my mind about that. Not today, not
Yeah,
next
you've
week.
only known us for few years.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck are you? Go sit down, little lady, because you're not coming in with their nonsense over here. But that's not
Yeah, her true
necessarily
colors. Not just that, she ended up, yeah, just being a hoe too. I mean, come on. True colors came out. None of us are like that. It's like, "What are you doing?" No. And she thought by telling us we would think it was okay, and it's like, "Who you don't know us. Like, that is
Yeah.
not cool. That is
Right.
awful."
We try to live with some kind of morals and standards here.
Yeah.
Like,
You do have children. You have
Yeah.
children.
But I just, I didn't like her. Mine is more instinctual than anything, and it's not jealousy. I mean, I think you can get jealous of your friends, and I think that that's something you have to do a internal check with, like, "Okay, is this person really a bad person for my friend, or is she just get on my last nerve? And am I
Yeah.
just jealous of this situation?" Like, there's friends that can't share friends. I've had friends that way. You've probably had friends that way. Like, you need to spend all your
Mhm.
time with me. And if you don't spend your time with me, then I'm kind of feeling like insecure or I'm not feeling good about this. So
And
you
that's
definitely,
not me.
yeah,
That's not us at all. I have
no,
lots of different friends, different friend groups. I had the same thing in high school. I had the mud squad. I had this. I had that. Our friendship. It's like I had different groups of friends. Just wherever I was at, that's the group. I
yeah,
was with.
moved around.
It.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we
And it
also
was
grew up in
fun.
a yeah, but we also grew up in an environment that was necessary, right? We didn't
Mhm.
have
True.
large groups of people that, came and went. We only had the people we went to school with. There was no other people on that mountain. So it wasn't like except like we called them flatlanders, sorry about that. But flatlanders that came up for the weekend, those are the only other people in our environment that we would even be around. Otherwise, we were just in that small community by ourselves and wasn't one that we went up and down and around because it was, dangerous and also far away to be moving around too much. So I think
And no, we were not friends with the Big Bear kids.
Big Bear was our rival, and we stood our ground. There was two groups on that mountain, and one of them was on one side. Yeah, I think you have to. I think if you are in a friend group, especially with your guys' friendship with this one person. I suppose if you thought I was jealous and just didn't like her, and maybe you did in the beginning because I didn't like her, and you guys were like, "I don't know what you see. Why this person's perfectly fine." I'm like, you might thought, "Oh, she's just jealous," but I don't think so. I don't think that
I don't think I ever thought you were I don't think any of us ever thought you were jealous. Just you were just, yeah, being, protective. Just,
protective,
I
but it
guess,
probably looked like I was just
protective.
being judgy at first. Like, I don't know about
Yeah,
this
maybe
one.
a little judgy too. You might been
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
judgy, but you were right. So,
But I mean,
your intuition.
you have to I think if you don't like somebody's friend, because other people are different and sometimes people get things from other people, right? So like we all have different friends. So we are a group of 5 and we all have different friends. And for the
Mhm.
most part, if we're with one and they have other friends over, we're like, hey, what's up? I always feel like if you like them, I'm going to like them. If they're people that you think are good, then you've already vetted them and they're probably pretty good. And for the most part, I think we do get along with our friends' friends.
Yes.
I think we can be
overall.
very accepting and very like, "Hey," like, "We're your friends too." Like, I think that's a nice thing about us too is that we're all pretty social, so we
Mhm.
can jump in and, not feel like if you don't give me all your attention, then I can't possibly be comfortable in this situation. You know what I mean? You have those friends too
Right.
that are like isolated. Like their personalities will dictate how much of that you can do because there are some friends that are like, I'm totally uncomfortable. I don't know why you have other friends. They make me uncomfortable. Those are kind of the ones that are tougher with people if you're social. If I was not social, that would be the perfect person for me because it'd be like just the two of us. It's just the two of
Oh,
us.
well, let's see. Well, a friend that you had that we went on a trip with a bunch of girls one time, and I just remember just start, and I just was uncomfortable. We weren't really good friends anymore. I was friends with her at one point, and then that was gone, and then but you still were. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna suffer through this. I'm gonna, Jen sees a good in her. Maybe she's mature. She's different. Blah blah blah. But I remember sitting when we got into the trip at a bar having drinks, and she's trying to tell me like things that you like that things that you didn't like that I did, or things about your sister. And I'm just like looking at her like, what? Why?
Yeah, why would you
But it
bring
was
that up?
I could tell it was a jealousy thing. It was like she was trying to act like she's my friend, not your friend. This just it
Yeah.
the way she was going about that, and I'm just looking at her like, "Give me another cocktail. I'm suffering through this. I'm gonna just pretend like, oh yeah, I guess, oh, I didn't know that. Maybe you see her sister more than I do." Because I think, and I didn't know back then, and I don't think she did see your sister any more than I did. But
Right.
she was just trying to put in all the stories about your sister and the guy she was with at that point, and just trying to tell me, well, this and blah blah. Blah. And I don't care. Like,
Right.
why? She was trying to show me that she knew you guys better. And
Right.
I'm just
That
like,
we were
she is
closer that
so freaking jealous right now. Like,
yeah.
because
I
we're
think
both
that could
I
be
think she wanted to be I think she wanted to be the only one there with your family to do this birthday
yeah,
celebration.
that's right, was my family was there too, that was right.
And I think, like, the fact that, like, I came and then I brought 2 other friends
Mhm.
just because I knew she was coming and we were in rooms together, so I'm like, "I need my backup because Jen's gonna be with her family some part
Right,
of the time."
right.
So I brought my backup, and you could
Which
just
was
see
funny
it. It was
because
just
your friends that you brought, at least the one, she brought her friend. So you had a good friend that you brought, and
yeah.
she brought her friend, right? So, but
Mhm.
anyways, I'm still friends with your friend that you brought. Like,
Mhm.
I met her and we're
Yep.
friends. She actually came when I lived in Monterey. She came up and she was there for a weekend and she called me. She's like, "Do you want to have drinks?" I met her and her husband. I think it was me and my son. Went down and met her and her husband at one of the
Mhm.
bars and had drinks with them and hung out with them and stuff. Like, so I'm just saying, like,
Yep.
you can mix and match with friends, like I said, they're vetted or whatever between them, but, yeah, it's hard when one of them is trying to I guess she was trying to check you or something, you know what I mean? Like,
It
"We're better."
was, but you could just see I could just see the jealousy, and it was just driving me I'm like, I don't care. My friendship with Jen is so secure, I'm not worried about fine,
Be friends with anybody.
whatever.
Yeah.
Girl, you need some other friends.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what I
that
wanted to say to her.
yeah, but we've always been that way, like, we've always been friends with other people. I think even, like,
Mhm.
younger too is like, "Oh, we're gonna hang out with so and so and go over to her house and she's having a party," and it's like, "Oh yeah, let's go." Like I said, I think we may be more outgoing versus inward, so
Mhm.
we are more receptive to new people. Doesn't mean
Right.
we like them all, for sure.
Right.
It just means
Because I
that
didn't care for her.
yeah, but it just means that we are okay with you having friends that, we may not get to. We may not hang out with you that much with them. Like, I could see that if you had somebody in your world that I just irritated my skin, like the one y'all had before, like, I probably wouldn't make a point of
Mhm.
trying to hang out with it just the you guys and her. Like, "Oh, you wanna go out with so and so? We're gonna do" probably not.
Right.
Just for sanity
Right.
reasons. I mean, you don't have to go to everything anybody's ever invited you to, and you certainly don't if you have a good solid best friend, like Jackie was just saying, like, we're secured enough. We know each other well enough, or we're secure in it, our friendship enough that we're like, jealousy isn't a problem. Like, it's not a
Mm-mm.
with any of us, really. It's like, if you're gonna go hang out
No.
with Michelle, go camping, cool, have fun, send some pics. Let's see what I hope you
Yeah.
guys had a good time. Like, you gotta and that's age too, though. I mean, let's be honest. You gotta
You
have a little bit
think?
of some of it, yeah. Some of it's gotta be age. Like, when you're younger, maybe, and you don't get invited to something a little more depends. I guess if I just talking about you and
That's
Michelle going
different.
camping or whatever, it's great. Good for you guys. Have fun. If you and Jen and Jack or you and Jen and Chris and Michelle are gonna hang out, you guys have fun. I'm so, jealous that I don't get to come, but not really. It's not like a heartbreak. It's just more like a, sad
It's
that you
just
guys are
bummer you're
together.
not closer.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, you got to have some self awareness there. And are you judging? Are you protecting? So, I think you could do both. And then if you do have problems, I think one of the things you have to do is maybe say something to somebody. Like if you are in a situation like that and you want to express your feelings and not forcing your friend to pick a side, that there's some nice ways to kind of have that conversation to be like, and I'm not one for soft conversations. So when I said I didn't like your friend, I just said I didn't like your friend. But and you guys were fine with that, but, like, I think you could be, "Hey, I love you, just maybe I just don't get vibe with her, and I'm gonna let you guys hang out by yourselves, and when you're done and you wanna hang out," like, I guess there's some nicer ways to say that kind of stuff that helps ease that so that you don't isolate your friend from a relationship with you because you don't like their friend, like, you'd probably be better at that because you're a little more softer than I am, I guess, that how do you, like, tell somebody, "I don't like your friend?" Like, you know what I mean? There's gotta be some soft ways to say it, like, "Hey, I love you, I support you,
You
but
weren't very soft.
I don't like your friend."
You
That's what
weren't
I
very soft
said.
about this person.
That's why I'm coming to you because 'cause I'd be like, "Bitch, I don't like her. I like her, something's shady about her, y'all have fun with her, but I ain't hanging out with her." So that's me, but that's how I would
And
say it,
then
and you
there was me, like, I'm talking about the one person we're talking about, and I'm like, "Okay, yes, I'll stay in the same hotel room. Yes, I will drive out with her. Yes, I will do all this," as she's trying to tell me,
but
like,
how would you,
she's
like,
better
tell me?
friends.
Like, if you were gonna be nice about it, because we should probably give some information about this. How if you were gonna be nice without
I lucked
sabotaging our
out. I
friend.
didn't have to say anything. She showed her true colors by the end of that trip.
Yeah, but if somebody's listening right now and they're like, "I need to know how to tell my friend I don't like her friend, but
Yeah.
I still love her." Like, what would you say? Because 'Cause you're a softer person than me.
Well, I gotta think about probably I just maybe just well, obviously over a few cocktails, and then let's start with the
She's always got a few
cocktails
cocktails in her for deep conversation.
then I can really speak.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then, like, "So what is it you like about them?"
Yeah.
And probably just slowly get into the conversation, say, "Well, there's just something" I'd probably just say, "There's just something that just don't hold me to it, but there's just something that I can't put my finger on that
Right.
makes me uncomfortable, so I just watch your back." I think that's kinda where I'd put it.
So you
Like,
put
not that
like a yeah.
yeah, like, not say, "Oh, I don't like them." I just say, "There's just something I can't put my finger on that bugs me, annoys me, there's just something." But,
Would you say, "Hey, you be
just
friends
watch
with her?"
yourself.
Yeah, but you say, "Hey, be friends with them, but I'm probably out."
Watch your back.
Yeah. But would you say, "I'm not gonna hang out with you?" What would you say?
No, I'd probably still do it because I still wanna be around my friend.
Right.
And me, the person I would do, because actually, we have a really cool neighborhood and we love everybody, but there's, like, a couple annoying people, and so we have to hang out when we do, block parties and stuff, and my sarcastic side comes out, so my little nasty side. So you'll know because they
Oh,
might
I
say
would
something,
know. Yeah, I would know. I'm like, "Oh,
I
she
make
don't like him."
remarks. I
Yeah.
kinda make them not very comfortable. I guess that's the way to say it.
So you're passive aggressive is what you're getting at there.
Yes, I do. I get passive aggressive. I admit it. I really do. And I
Yeah.
try to stop. I actually noticed I did it a couple weeks ago at a birthday party. One of the neighbors had a birthday party for their 14-year-old, and all the adults and stuff are there. And it just annoys me. And
Gotta let him
I
know.
was like trying to stop myself. I'm like, hey, just stop. Because his wife's a sweetheart. I'm like trying to see her like she has to watch everybody kind of treat him like shit or be
Right,
passive aggressive. And so
right,
it's like I try to be good so that she feels comfortable. But and I have to stop myself and check myself once in a while. But that's
right.
how I would be. That means I'd still hang out with them, but I would be very passive aggressive. I admit I am that. That's how I am.
I would probably be okay. Like, I would probably be okay with somebody. I just wouldn't probably engage too much with them. Like, I would be like,
You just don't talk much to them.
yeah, I don't talk much to them. But I'm not
Yeah.
like, I probably wouldn't be mean. I would never be like, I don't like you. Like, I would never
Mhm.
say that to somebody, but I would not be warm in the way that would say, I want to know you better. It'd be like, I got you. I see
Mhm.
you. We're good. That's kind of how my vibe would be. I got you. I see you. Just so you know, we don't have to talk about
Right.
it, but don't come at me like, yeah.
We're
I would,
buddies.
yeah, I would be in an authentic place with that. So, but sometimes you got to accept that your best friend may see something in somebody that you don't, and they need that from somebody. I would watch them though because I'm protective. You're protective too. We would do that.
Mhm.
Like, this could be harmful at some point, so and they may not be shady. That could be totally off, us being off on that, but we are protective of people, so I think we would definitely one eye open, checking them
Right.
out. making sure. And you don't have to be friends with all your friends' friends. That's not a necessary thing. If you're not jealous, if that's it, if you just don't really vibe with the person, I think it's perfectly fine to,
That's
you know,
perfectly fine.
yeah,
But if there's a jealousy thing, you need to look at yourself a little bit and see
yeah.
why, and, you need to have a little more,
Just like
um
jealousy and romantic relationships, jealousy and friendships can ruin it too because
Mhm,
nobody,
exactly.
yeah, nobody wants to be suffocated. Like, everybody wants free will. Everybody needs free will. Free will is I want to be able to be friends whoever I want to be friends with, and you can't worry
Yeah.
about that. Like you
But
can't.
I will speak up. This is one since you said that too. I will speak up if I feel like these are not good people around
Yeah,
you, like
yeah,
around your family. Like I
right,
made that remark about these one friends that we had, and they had a party and they had friends there, and they found out later they were just acting so strange, and they found out they were doing drugs at their house. Well, they have children, they have dogs. I mean, what if they would have dropped something on the floor and the dog would have ate it? That one of their dogs or their kids would have picked it up and ate it.
right.
I mean, that I feel if you're gonna go to a party's house someone's house, if they're your friend and they have children and they have animal you have these people coming and going, you don't bring that stuff to someone's house if
Oh
they're your
no,
friend.
for sure. With
So
kids,
that was something where I did speak up, and I'm like, I didn't think that was cool, and I
yeah,
did say because I felt that was harm. You're in harm they're putting you in harm's way. They're
yeah,
putting your family in harm's way.
right,
That's just to me, and I'm very protective over my friends and their children too. All of us, our your children or my children, all of our children are children.
yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So we're gonna protect them all.
Yeah, of course, because that's
So,
the
that is
mothering
one that
you.
I at that one, I actually will step up, and I actually did say something,
Good,
and, because that scared me. That's,
yeah,
like that's just not good. I mean, we all drink and do all that and have a good time and party, but when you're bringing drugs and stuff in and, that's not cool.
yeah. We draw
Not
the line
cool.
on drugs, kids. Like
Yep.
we're
Yeah.
55. Drugs are not a thing in our world. So
Yeah, but we wouldn't have done that with the kids when they were younger
no,
either. Our kids when we were in
no,
our 30s or 40. No, those people
no.
wouldn't be if I would have been at your house and you had a bunch of people, I would have told you, "Hey, this is not cool, they have drugs,
Right,
these are not your
right.
friends," you know? So,
100%. Like,
that's where I get my I'm not so nice anymore.
you're passive aggressive where you're some of being nice, and
I will
I'll
be,
just tell
yes.
you and then be fairly nice to somebody, but not be very warm to them. But I will say
Yes.
my piece to you. At least I mean, that's, part of being a friendship. Can't hear everything you can't hear in friendship can't be all roses and petals. Like sometimes it's got to be
Mhm.
some truths to it. So,
Yeah.
but the other thing is the triangle thing, the three people in a relationship. I think friendships is often hard. There's three's hard. Five's good. We're good with five. Actually, five should be hard. To be honest with you, we're not paired up correctly. So typically in friendships, if you have pairing, you can have multiple
Mhm.
friends. Three is hard because when one gets mad at the other one, then the other two gain up on it, and that could be a difficult situation. So, if you don't get
Which that's what
along,
I when you think of it I love when you say that because it's like the 5 of us, I don't think we all gang up on each other at all.
no, no, no. I'm just saying
Which
in
is
odd
so
numbers.
good. No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying that's just so nice, you know what
yeah,
I mean? And people even say that. They always say, you have 5? How do you do that?"
yeah.
Like, "I don't know, it just works. It works for all of us." Like, there's no problems, there's no jealousies, there's nothing. It's just
Right.
happy, love to be with each other. It's
Supportive,
great.
loving friendship. Yeah,
We're really lucky. We are very lucky.
we are. 100%. I agree with you.
Mhm.
So just be careful. If you're in a
Mhm.
threesome, though, with friendship, I would just be often, try to separate yourself from that and try to spend some time with a person one on one that you really enjoy. If the other one is, tough, it is what it is. Or maybe find a new friend, bring in a four because two on two is better than one on three, two, or whatever, the dynamics of
Mhm.
that. So, and you're feeling left out, just make sure you're not feeling left out or you're just feeling protective. Like you gotta have some self reflection. Where is this coming from? Why do I feel this way? And what is really happening? Is it really that going on in my friend's life? Am I really making something out of nothing? Am I really going to destroy this friendship because of my insecurities or my feelings of feeling left out? So it's a tough one. It can be if there's just a couple of you in that. Check yourself a little bit. Make sure that you're coming from a place of authenticity, that you really are worried about this person. And if you are, say something. If you're not, if it's just jealousy, like, are you known to be jealous? This is probably a jealousy problem, and you gotta kind of reflect on that, like, you don't own somebody, people have free will, and you have to be able to let them otherwise, you're drive your friends out of your circle
Yeah,
anyways.
push them
So,
out.
alright, so who's more likely to give a fake nice energy around people they don't like?
Fake nice, that's me.
Yeah. So you're passive aggressive, though.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But I could do the fake nice too.
I think I would pick up on your passive aggressiveness more than other people might. If you don't know you, you may not pick it up as easily. Oh my god, she just he dug at that guy. It may not seem that way, but
I could see I think the other Jen would see it too.
yeah, oh, cool, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she would see it when I
yeah.
do that, yeah.
Michelle, I don't think Michelle would be fake nice. Michelle would just be like, she doesn't, nothing bothers Michelle. So she'd be like, whatever. It's
Yeah,
cool.
she's just so
You cool.
easygoing.
Yeah, she's so easygoing. I think
And I think Chrissy can be fake nice and
she
Jen
can.
can be fake nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, all them can.
I can be fake
I
nice.
think I can be.
I can be fake nice.
I do my passive aggressive.
I
I
just don't
am.
engage. If I don't like you, I don't engage with you. You'll know it.
Yeah,
You'll feel it because it's
yeah.
just there's nothing there. So, anyways,
Who's the better peacemaker when group dynamics get weird?
I'm pretty good with that.
Prob I was gonna say you,
Yeah,
but you like to put yourself in the middle of it to do that.
I do.
Does that make sense? You do.
Yeah,
You're like,
because I
even
don't
if
like.
it really hasn't become something, but you feel like it's gonna become something, you get ahead of the
I
game.
want to get this one settled before we have a problem with it. So here's
You do.
but
That's you.
I would be in the middle because I don't like discord. Like, I want peace to some degree. Like, at least amongst the people I love, like I said, as long as
Mhm.
it's not in the group. But if we were all having a dynamic problem, I would be like, "We need to talk about this." I feel like the rest of you would be like, "If we ignore it, it'll go away." And I'm like, "Nope, nope, we need to
Mhm.
talk about this." You gotta
Yep.
be
Exactly.
yeah. So, I probably would be the one that do it, and I would look at everybody's side. I think I'm pretty good at looking at sides and being like, "Well, we need to," I probably wouldn't jump on somebody and be like, "It's you, you did it." Be like, "I see what you're saying, and I can understand how you feel with that because that's peace. Peace isn't, getting groups together to." And also, I've been a manager for so long in my life. I think it comes naturally from that. Like, can't
Right.
pit people against each other. You gotta solve problems. So, anyways, who's the most toxic friend you've tolerated out of loyalty? That's probably the friend you were talking about
Mhm.
that you thought was a toxic friend. Yeah, toxic friend you've tolerated out of loyalty. I think everybody does that to some degree. I'm
Mhm.
trying to think of people.
I can't think of many other friends. Just the one that just really was for me. I mean, there might be people that have a lot. I don't know. If you have
Yeah,
a friend that has a lot of friends, but I think that pretty much all of everybody's friends are pretty good. I get along with everybody else's other friends too, like Michelle going camping, and that was all new people.
sure.
Their neighbor, and then her it was the neighbors and their family, their parents, and we had a great time. My husband's easygoing too, so it's real nice. Like we can,
Yeah, your husband is.
until you do something, you know, make us feel like there's something wrong with you. But
Right,
otherwise, we give everybody. I'm friends with everybody. I'm good until you do something.
right.
Till you do
Yeah, your
something.
husband's pretty outgoing. Like, my husband's pretty closed off and pretty isolated to himself. So, there's a lot of energy to go out with him because I have to be my side and his side because he's so quiet, you know? So, it's
Mhm.
a lot of energy on top of me. So, anyways, what's the next one?
Who would actually call it out if the vibes were off? I don't think I'd actually call it o I wouldn't call it out, I just let it kinda slide, see what happens.
I would. I'd probably call it out. Like, that's what's going on here.
What about, oh gosh, what was the name that we made up for, some of Chris's friends? Wasn't
Oh,
there that
Susan.
one? Yeah,
Susan?
yes. That was one that was kinda like, "Is she your friend?"
I know. I don't like her
We even made
either.
up a name.
I know.
I just thought of her. Now you gotta
Yeah.
bear with us, guys. When you're doing podcasts sometimes, and if you feel like you're left out because we don't mention you or something and we forget, or like it's a compliment, it's hard to do these and remember everything. I'll get off all of a sudden and be like, "Oh, I forgot to mention this about so and so. I forgot to mention this." So, anywho,
Right.
that just came
Exactly.
to my mind for some reason, and I
Yeah.
think that's because of thinking of, taking care of Chris. Like, we're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, he's not cool."
Yeah,
And you were like,
I guess Chris has got a friend we're not too fond of either, so but we're
"But
nice,
we're here for you, Chris. We didn't
right?
give
We'll
we
give
even
the
change your
fake
name."
nice
So,
energy.
we'll give a fake name so in case we're at a bar where you live and we ran into her.
The
That's
things
what
we do
good
for our
friends
friends.
we are.
Yeah, that's the kind of friends we are. We rename people. Alright, so
Well, what's funny is after she said that, now let's talk about that right after that. Remember, we did run into one of her friends at one of the
really
bars. So it was good that we changed names.
Yes, Chrissy always wants us to be very mindful about who we're talking about. She's very good at protecting people, but we kinda make fun of her about it. Not fun of her, but we poke at her a little bit with it because we like, why do we care that much? But in her world, it's very powerful, so anyways, if this
Yeah.
episode hit you in the feels or made you laugh out loud way too hard, we consider that a win.
Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your ride or die.
And when you're ready to make your friendship official, book your bestimony at rhinestoneweddingchapel.com.
Because the best love stories don't always come with a ring.